Hi friends, today we're going to be taking a look at 3 different spellings at the end of words to spell the sound of okay? And so it's a little bit of a schwa sound right there. So if you want to flip over each of yours to draw your E and then your R, we've got a schwa sound for each of these. Do that real quick. So just like last week when we were investigating the unaccented final syllable of the ol sound, this one's going to be particularly tricky as well because we've got 3 different spellings for one sound. Okay, so when we take a look at dollar, color, and other, some things that you're going to be able to notice that are going to help us a little bit is looking at they're 2-syllable words, right? And we're looking at unaccented final syllables that are each R-controlled at the end, right? An R-controlled syllable is a syllable that ends with an R, and the vowel sound is colored. In this case, all of them, it's not or. In this case, it's an sound, and then same thing, like in dollar, okay? I do want you to pay particular attention to where that syllable divides, okay? And we can focus on whether that first syllable has a long sound or a short sound. So when I just look at doll, it's not dole, right? So that's a closed syllable right there. I also know that when I've got 2 doublets right there, 2 letters that are the same that make one sound, that's always where my syllable is going to divide, okay? So I want you to watch with me, think with me throughout this video, and then go back and sort your words and mark it up in the same way. You can freeze the last screen and go back to check to make sure that your thinking matches mine, okay? So when I'm looking at dollar, I know that the syllable is going to divide between that doublet, okay? And I'm going to be kind of on the hunt today for open syllables, all right? And open syllables are the ones that begin with a long vowel sound, or I'm sorry, don't begin with a long vowel sound, but have a long vowel sound and it end with a long vowel sound. And that's going to help me notice where those syllables divide, okay? So when I look at color, it's not kolar, right? So even though there's only one consonant right there, I know my syllable's dividing here because it's not kolar, okay? So typically we need 2 consonants to keep a vowel sound short. In this case, we don't, okay? And so that's why I always use the word typically. And so it's important that we're really thinking about what kind of syllables are coming together so we can expand our word knowledge. So that's a closed syllable right there. So sometimes the consonant that's attached to that header right there is going to be part of that second syllable. Sometimes it's going to be all by itself, okay? I've got other. I know I'm not breaking THs up, right? They work together to make one sound. So I've got a closed syllable right here. I've got my highlighter nearby. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing when you're done. I'm going to highlight those of them that are open syllables to begin with, okay? So we're thinking about closed syllables and open syllables, and it also will help us as we break apart words. Tractor, I hear short vowel sound, right? So it's a closed syllable. Grammar, doublet, right? So I know it's going to divide right there. That is spelled with an AR. Harbor, I've got 2 R-controlled syllables right there, and that is spelled with an OR. Under, again, another closed syllable, and then an R-controlled syllable here. And that is spelled with an ER. Rumor. You hear that ooh sound, right? I found my first open syllable right there. Okay, notice how it only has one consonant. So that follows that typical pattern right there. That is spelled with an OR. Motor. Same thing as rumor, right? You hear that long vowel sound. I've got a open syllable. and that is spelled with an OR. Flower. That is spelled with an ER. Father. Again, I'm not breaking that TH yet. That is spelled with an ER. Mirror. Ooh, I know that that's going to divide right here. And I've got mirror. Two R-controlled syllable types. That is spelled with an OR. Weather. I'm going to keep that TH together. So I've got a double vowel syllable, an R-controlled, unaccented syllable there. Is spelled with an ER. Error. Doublets where it's dividing there. And that is spelled with an OR. Mother. That is spelled with an ER. Solar. Solar, right? So I found another open syllable. Got sister. It's breaking up in between these two consonants. That is spelled with an ER. Silver, same thing. That is spelled with an ER. Brother. That is spelled with an ER. Collar. Break that up along the doublet there. That is spelled with an AR. Doctor. That is spelled with an OR. Spider. You hear that long vowel sound, spider, right? So I found another open syllable. That is spelled with an ER. And we got sugar. It's not oog, right? I had to think about that one for a second. Sugar. So that's a little bit of an odd sound right there. This is a really oddball word, but that AR spells the sound. And then favor. I hear that long vowel sound, right? So I found again another open syllable. Vowel sound is long. Okay, so friends, again, the sound of these ers at the end isn't going to help us, but last time we recognized that LE pattern was the one that showed up the most often. And so that's the one we would typically go with if we weren't sure, if we couldn't find one that looked right. Noticing same kind of patterns here, where I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words spelled with that ER. And looking here, only 4 words spelled with that AR. So I know typically it's probably not going to be an AR if I'm really not sure. Sometimes it can be an OR, but most of the time it looks like it's going to be an ER, right? So go ahead and sort your words, mark them up by syllables just like I did. And while you're doing that, think about those long vowel sounds to hunt for and highlight the open syllables. Thanks for thinking with me, friends. Don't forget also to write your word sort in your notebook. Thanks.